In every generation, God teaches us that wisdom alone is not enough. What truly matters is where our hearts stand before Him. This is the story of King David, his son Absalom, and a counselor whose wisdom was renowned throughout Israel. It is a story of loyalty and betrayal, of prayer and pride, and of how the purposes of God always prevail over the plans of men. This is the story of the Counsel of Ahithophel.
Every morning, Absalom rose early and stood by the way of the city gate. One by one, the people of Israel came to him with their concerns and disputes. Absalom listened carefully. He spoke kindly. He made each person feel seen and understood. But behind his gentle words was a hidden desire for power and for the throne. And so, little by little, Absalom stole the hearts of the people of Israel.
Your matter is good and right. If only someone would listen to you fairly, justice would surely be done.
As Absalom's influence grew, a quiet conspiracy formed. And Absalom sent for Ahithophel, a man whose wisdom was respected throughout the land. His counsel was so valued that it was regarded as though one had inquired of God Himself.
The kingdom is changing, and wisdom must choose its place.
Soon, word reached King David. A messenger arrived with troubling news. The hearts of the men of Israel had turned toward Absalom.
My lord, the hearts of the men of Israel are with Absalom.
David did not respond with anger or fear. Instead, he chose wisdom and restraint. To protect the city and the people within it, David prepared to leave Jerusalem, trusting that God would guide his steps.
Arise, let us flee, lest harm overtake the city.
As David left the city, he walked barefoot up the Mount of Olives. His head was covered. His heart was heavy. Yet even in sorrow, David turned to the Lord. When he learned that Ahithophel had joined the rebellion, David prayed a simple but powerful prayer.
O Lord, I pray you, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness.
David placed his future not in strategy or strength, but in the hands of God. In Jerusalem, Absalom took his place as king. He gathered his advisors and asked for counsel on how to deal with David.
Give me counsel. What shall we do?
Let me pursue David this very night. He is weary and afraid. I will strike only the king, and the people will return in peace.
Ahithophel spoke with confidence and authority. To human understanding, his counsel was flawless, but the wisdom of men is never greater than the will of God. Then Absalom called for Hushai, another of David's counselors. With careful words and calm reasoning, Hushai offered a different plan, one that appealed to Absalom's pride and delayed action.
The counsel of Ahithophel is not good at this time. You know your father and his men. They are mighty warriors. Gather all Israel, and you yourself lead them into battle.
Absalom listened, considered, and chose Hushai's counsel over Ahithophel's. Scripture tells us that the Lord Himself had determined to frustrate the good counsel of Ahithophel, so God's purpose would prevail. Then Hushai told Zadok and Abiathar the priests what Ahithophel had advised Absalom and the elders of Israel. He said,
Send quickly and warn David not to remain in the wilderness.
So the priests sent messengers to David, and David and all who were with him crossed the Jordan before morning. Not one of them was left behind. When Ahithophel saw that his counsel was not followed, he returned to his home. He put his affairs in order, and his life came to an end. Thus ended the counsel of Ahithophel. During the battle, Absalom met the servants of David. As he rode under the branches of a great tree, his head was caught, and he was left hanging between heaven and earth. And Joab, the commander of David's army, brought his life to an end. So the rebellion against King David came to an end, just as the Lord had determined. This story reminds us that human plans may seem wise, but only the purpose of the Lord will stand. God protected David and fulfilled his promise, just as he said he would. May we seek God's wisdom, choose his ways, and trust him with all our hearts.